All right, we are going skiing, and this is the first time skiing at a ski station. I did do a little bit of randonnée, what I would call petite randonnée, another backcountry skiing. Look at my mustache is looking a little mess. There you go. Anyway, so part of the plan this year is to try to ski as many of the little stations and mid-altitude stations as possible, to kind of stick with those. It's one of the sort of thing. I've watched a lot of American videos about European skiing, and they only talk about the big ski areas, and then they do this thing where they compare the prices, and it's amazing that American ski areas at day passes cost 4 or 5 times as much as a European ski station. But the difference is even bigger than that, because the sort of mid-altitude ski stations, which are really good, some of them, a lot of their tickets are in the 15 to 20 euro range for a day pass, and they're really charming, and they're going extinct because climate change is wiping them out. Most of them are lower altitude than the big ski areas, which makes it nice because a good portion of the ski areas are below timberline, so you get the trees and the sheltering at the same, and you get a lot sort of a more charming feel in these ski areas, and they do go above timberline, most of them, but only at the top. So it's kind of more what we're used to as Americans. But what's happened with climate change is the snow level has gone up by about 1,000 meters, about 3,000 feet here in France. So compared to what it was before climate change. So, or maybe it's just 750 meters. I don't know, but it's been critical. So for some of these ski areas didn't even open last year, or if they did, they looked like a ski resort in Georgia, U.S. or something, where there was only sort of a carpet of snow on the runs, and all around was sort of green grass and no sign of snow. So although most of these kind of ski areas don't have snowmaking, that's part of why the ski areas in France and Europe have been so much more affordable, is they don't have to put all that kind of effort or expense into the ski area. Anyway, I just find these the extinction of these ski areas, I kind of thinking they're in their last 2 or 3 years or 5 years here. Some of them are already closed. To be tragic. These are little villages that the economy depends in large part on the ski areas. The village owns the ski areas and the ski equipment. It's not as capitalistic as it is in the U.S. And then on top of that, it makes skiing affordable for the masses. In the U.S., skiing has become a sport for only the rich. So I think I'm going to be sounding sadder and sadder notes on some of these videos, but that's the truth. Anyway, I wanted to catch as many of them as I can while I can. And so today, with that long lead in, we're going to a place I've never been before called I've driven there where it's not to ski, but we're going to go there to ski Pierre de Chartreuse. And the story is, I think last year it was mostly did not get any snow, and this year, even though the season got a late start, when it did come, the snow was pretty cold, so it reached down at a pretty decently low altitude. The snow level is at about 750 meters, actually probably more like 1,000 meters, but the snow has reached down as low as 500 meters, maybe even lower than that. almost got down here to Grenoble's altitude, and we're at about 200 meters, and you could walk up to about 300 meters and find snow. That lasted for maybe 2 days. The rain has pretty much wiped out that really low altitude snow, and now it's pretty solid at 1,000 meters. It's supposed to rain there this afternoon. I want to get there, ski a couple runs before the rain came. Hopefully I'll succeed at doing that, and then later in the week it's supposed to snow again at that altitude. So anyway, rambling here. So without further ado, we're gonna drive up to Saint-Pierre en Chartreuse. Let me try that again. Saint-Pierre en Chartreuse. I think that's closer to the correct pronunciation.
Par les fonctionnaires de police. Bonjour Laurent Franck-Liénard.
Oui, bonjour.
Vous êtes l'avocat d'un des policiers renvoyés devant le tribunal. Merci d'être notre invité sur France Info. Quelle a été votre réaction hier en apprenant leur renvoi?
On a aussi mené une opération militaire en Cisjordanie occupée dans un camp de réfugiés de Naplouse, opération qui a fait 1 mort et 9 blessés. Aux États-Unis, Donald Trump dénonce une atteinte à l'immunité présidentielle. Le juge en charge de l'affaire Stormy Daniels maintient la condamnation.
Where there's full coverage, ground coverage by snow. It's also a ski area here, one that I ski randonnée when it's closed and there's snow. It's called Le Sapé en Chartreuse. Chartreuse. Trying to get used to rolling those R's, those French R's. There you can see a skier. I don't know if the lift's running. Doesn't look like it. There is a skier. Let me see, is there another lift running? There's a few skiers out there. So this is right at about the 900 to 1,000 base level, and like I said, this snow the snow coverage just reaches this base level. Station, a little higher altitude, called Col de Port. We have skied here before, a little ski station. It had suffered an avalanche that wiped out one of the ski lifts, and therefore only half the ski area was open, and it was just kind of the most beginnerish part. So that wasn't all that much fun. But it also, not all these people are here to ski on the ski station. There's also just a lot of activity up here: snowshoeing, ski randonnée, ski nordique, in other words, cross country, all that kind of stuff. So people are up here for various activities, some just to sled, and then there's a few little lifts. It's also a very popular ski randonnée or backcountry ski destination. There's a mountain called what is it called? The Chamchot, which is the big one, which we did a few years ago, and then there is Charmant Somme, I think it's called, Charming Summit or something like that, which is another one. It's kind of long, low angle climb. Great view of Mont Blanc on a clear day, though. By the way, these mountains, the Chartreuse Mountains, are what are known as subalps. They're kind of like foothills to the Alps, but they're not foothills. They're not hills, I should say. They are proper mountains. The top elevations in these subalps tend to be in the 2,000 to 2,500 meter range, the very top of the peaks. And in comparison, the Alps around here, the top elevations are in the upper 3,000s. biggest nearby peak being the Bar de Ecran, which is which is 4,100 meters high, and then of course up the valley a ways is Mont Blanc, which is the biggest or the highest mountain in all of the Alps at 4,800 meters. Maybe it's more than that. I can't remember. Yeah, I think it's 4,800 meters. Going through the village here of Pierre de Chartreuse. There you can see the town hall. And then I'm supposed to turn left here.
Dans 3,9 km. Tournez à droite sur chemin de Souillet.
Quite picturesque. These Chartreuse mountains, the peaks are like shark teeth. It's really, or sometimes they look like Hershey's Kisses. Which is like basically a tram or a gondola, and it looked closed, so I'm not sure what's going on. Saw a couple skiers coming down. Looked like we're done for the day. I had read that the town was looking into selling off the gondola for parts. Kind of horrible, huh? I'm looking at this ski station on the internet. When I type in Saint Pierre de Chartreuse ski station, the thing that kept popping up was something called Le Planolet. And then I think there's also a base, as you can see in town, there's lifts that go from the town. So I kind of assumed they were different base stations for the same ski area, that they were connected. But now seeing how far apart they are, I'm starting to doubt that assessment. I'm thinking maybe they're completely different ski stations. Yeah, that's what they call them in Europe, or at least in France, is ski stations rather than ski resorts or ski areas. I see people skiing over to my right side, probably out of the screen, off the screen. But yeah, so anyway, we'll see what it's all about. Yeah. Remontée mécanique. Okay, now that I got the ski map, I see I didn't do adequate research. This is a separate ski area from the ski stations Chartreuse, Saint Pierre de Chartreuse. And this one looks pretty darn limited. But I already bought my ticket, and then I asked for the ski map. That was my mistake. I should have asked for the ski map first. So we'll probably do a couple runs and then light on out of here. Got a good parking space though. The ticket was 15 euros. And I had to kind of compete for the parking space, and luckily played a little bit of game of chicken, and the other dude conceded the way. So anyway, yeah, let's get it done. There's something moving in here. The weather's not ideal. It's not bad. It's not windy. It's just gray, and I think pretty soon it's gonna be snowing or raining. Well, we made it onto all right, sounds like my battery may have died. Well, we made it to the top. I was gonna film the lift right up, surface lift, and but my battery ran out, so I had to switch out batteries. I don't know if you can see it, that's a chairlift up there that's not running. Not sure if it's extinct or not. It's unfortunate because that looks like some pretty good terrain right there. You can see a zigzag track up. It looks like some people are skiing doing the ski randonnée on it. When I drove by the lift, it looked like the wheels were kind of rusty, so it may be extinct. The rest of the lifts here are surface lifts, which I love, but a lot of Americans are not used to. So anyway, we're gonna do a little ski down. First proper ski run of the season. Not really. I mean, I did the ski run tonight, right? A little icy, but also good snow. Ooh, what's that? That looks like a challenging run right there. Maybe once I get warmed up. But now I'm kind of fucking stuck. Excuse my language. But gotta push uphill now. Take a look at that from the bottom too. Beautiful. There's a little tree ski, brush skiing. Oh, somebody's got their dogs out. Something I like to do with Spiky. Kind of a mixture of good snow and slightly icy snow. There's a chairlift. Looks like it was a major investment not that long ago. Not sure whether that thing is ever going to run again from what I can see. If it's not running during this, I don't know when they would run it, because it's this is as good as it's going to get for this ski area in the climate change era. So in Europe, you still have a lot of surface lifts, which Americans fear because they've never done them, unless you're old school like me. And I love them. I'm not sure, my kids hated them when they first came here, but they might be okay with them now. They keep your legs warmed up, you know. They, oh, this is not at all what I wanted. Okay, this is a very short, kind of beginner one, so I went to the wrong one. If you wear a backpack, you don't have to worry about taking the pack off your back, so you can sit in the chair. And, you know, they keep the prices down because they're not nearly as expensive to install as a chairlift, as you can imagine. This one is lame. You don't really have to be switching out poles like that. Okay, this is where I want to go, I think. What was it that I just went? This one? I think so. Confused. Oh no, it's not one over there. Alright. Alright. No, it's this one. Okay, so this one. Beautiful view. Calling this a teleski difficile. I'm not so sure about that. Away we go, woo! So, in Europe there's in France, let's say, they call them three different things. Teleski is this, when you're skiing uphill. Telesiege is a chairlift. Siege meaning chair or seat. Chair, I think. Or sit, maybe. I forget. Anyway, and telecabine, which is, you know, which is like a gondola enclosed. And excuse my pronunciation on all of those. Anyway, if you want to correct me, I find that helpful. Okay, we're gonna give this a try. Well, poles were a little all over the place, but the snow was good. Whew, a little dizziness. Over-oxygenated. How picturesque that is, the valley below. I believe the Pierre de Chartreuse, another town. Look at how ancient that thing was. And it's running. So maybe there's hope for the chairlift. So there was a lot of news recently about the biggest of the little ski areas closing, and that's the what is it called? The Alpe de Grande Serre. And we did some videos about that a few years ago, calling it ski area the dead, because the name of the town and the original name of ski area is Le Mort. So anyway, yeah, it really looked like its fate was sealed. It was pretty much closed all last year because of the warm winter and it not getting snow. And then the department or the county or whatever it is voted not to put any more money into it, and so it was closed. And then there was some protests and backlash and a conglomeration of different groups to put in the money to give it a 1-year reprieve. So thank God this snow has come in, and hopefully we don't have some big warm up soon. You know, if they can make it to or through the February ski holiday, that's a national thing in France, then I think they'll be able to survive another year. So, but if you know, we've had the Christmas holidays now, I think, you know, a fair amount of people go skiing on that holiday, but really the big one in France, and the one is a holiday that's actually made to benefit the ski areas as well as the skiers, is the 2-week February break that all schools in France have, and then the skiers just get flooded with people. So I don't know, February is the new March or April these days in climate change. But yeah, you just got a whole ride up the teleski with me. Woohoo! Okay, we're gonna do that little mogul run again. Try to get the side. Not sure which side. Okay, we're gonna try this side. I don't ski anything anymore that I can't ski slow. bone to bone hip and knee. Yeah, feel pretty fragile. Not sure what would happen if I took a good fall. Let's God forbid. All right, let's go. Hey, I just had a funny thought. I could speed that up on the video editor, make it look like I skied it fast. I'll let you know what I do. Sometimes I think I'm skiing fast, and then one of my sons blows by me, and I'm reminded that no, I'm not fast. Oh yeah, I think those 3 runs are gonna do it for me, and now I'm gonna check out the what they got to eat. Well, they were done with the food. I guess that makes sense. It's, I don't know, 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So we're gonna get back in the car and look for someplace else to eat. Maybe we'll just head on down the hill. The place that I meant to go skiing, but did not. We're gonna take a little peek in here and see if they're even operating. I did see some activity on the slope, but the ski lift was closed, so I'm not sure what was going on, and there wasn't a lot of activity. I remember there being a big ski lift across the way. I was really shocked. It was like a gondola. You got the bus going, so they're bringing people up. Little exploration. Guys in Planolet, but not Pierre de Chartreuse skiing.
On se retrouve d'abord pour un petit café tous ensemble. On fait le tour des prénoms parce que
I just can't help but film these little villages. They're so cute.
qui vient à ces jours par journée. On commence par un petit temps de partage parce que
Let's see what the sign says.
et vers 10h15 on commence à se mettre en mouvement. Une journée quasiment toute en extérieur.
That is where we're going. We may try to make a stop over at Le Sapé to Le Sapé en Chartreuse or de Chartreuse, I don't know. See if I can get some grub there. Worth the view. I think that's where the biathlon, I keep wanting to say stadium, but like biathlon field is right in there, but you can't really see it from the road. Yeah, this forest is beautiful. This forest drive is really fun. Oops, slowing down. I guess we're up at Col de Port. Here we are again. Beautiful little church. And hoping they're open for food. Made it in, even though they weren't serving hot food anymore. I had this nice little cheese plate. I love the atmosphere in here. Okay, that's it. That's a wrap. Shoot me if I shoot any more clips. Anyway, finished up at the cafe, heading back down the hill. Gonna reconnect with my dog, who's been there for a few hours on his own, and I am saying adieu. So I did some research after skiing, and indeed, they, as I had suspected, they're originally suspected, they are. It is one combined resort or ski station, as they would say here. And this is a map I found online to show historically what the ski station is. So over here on the left side is where we skied, and that's called the Planolet area. It's just a different base station for the same combined ski area. And then over here is sort of the bigger area. We drove through the parking lot, saw very little activity, and the lifts were closed. And there you can see there's a gondola there, and that's closed. And there's been newspaper articles about the little township in negotiation to sell off the lifts that they have over there, a chair lift and a gondola. And of course, in the whole and even though there had been, quite good snow, quite recent good snow there this year, not last year. Last year was horrible. It seems like the die has been cast, and that a major portion of that ski station will be closed. Now, this is the ski map they gave me when I actually skied there, and that's all that's left, is this little area right here. As you can see up here, there's ski runs, and there was a chair going up to that, and that would essentially be this area over here. And I guess I should be using the mouse. There you go. That works better. And that was all closed. So the only thing that was open was the lower half of this Le Planolet area, sadly. And then all of this was closed. And from what I can tell, doesn't look like it'll be reopening again. So that demonstrates how climate change is just destroying these little municipal ski areas that are just so charming and don't look to gouge you, and probably keep the prices down even at the bigger ski areas, because they provide competition for people who aren't looking to spend the big bucks. So I find that very sad, disappointing, even though some of the mountain purists are actually happy to see the lifts removed from these mountains. I think that's a bit short-sighted, though.